After registering or restarting the catalog, we'll have a dialog box warning us that the catalog will take time to load. Click OK to continue. At the bottom, you should see the clock ticking and the number of seconds that have passed. On the bottom right, a message appears explaining that the catalog itself is a generic catalog of items, and hence that the pictures, prices and dimension are given as an indication and are not necessarily what the logistics department will procure for you. It also gives you some indication on how to use the catalog. The catalog itself has three main areas. We have the menu and the toolbar, the catalog itself in a table, and the navigation pane. In the menu, Help will help you launch these video tutorials. Windows will change the layout of the different windows. In Options, it will allow you to change the skin. This is the cement color of the catalog. You can also change the registration details. This is the initial registration as per the first tutorial video. Disable warning will enable to switch off some of the messages that appear in the catalog. Last, it's also possible to switch to the French language. However, it is only partially implemented and only part of the description will be in French. The edit menu is not functional at this time. Under the file menu, we can first change our catalog connection. It is possible, for example, for multiple users to use the same catalog over the network. This is especially useful in the case the catalog has been fully localized. This functionality is part of the advanced videos for the logistics department. The last button is the exit catalog, which will close the catalog. The toolbar shows first the number of items in the catalog and offers some navigation arrows. We then have two buttons that control the navigation pane and either expand or hide subcategories. We have the quit application, which will allow you to exit this catalog, and all the other buttons will be explained in other tutorials. So we have the catalog itself on the right hand side. It is a table with sometimes an image of the product, its description, a local name, a quantity column that we will use to order item, the main unit of the product, the price, if any, was entered, the currency, the sub-packaging quantity, and last, the dimension of the products. Some items will also have a very detailed technical description that can be used to refine your orders to the logistics department. As stated, this catalog is generic, and therefore prices and pictures may not correspond to the actual product sourced by the logistics department, but it will give you a good indication in terms of price for most items. For example, all prices for drugs are based on the CHMP catalog in Nairobi. After 2 years, the prices are still within the 10% price range and still useful. It should be noted that it is not possible to give exact prices in a catalog since the logistics department may not always purchase drugs from CHMP. On the left hand side of the catalog, we have a navigation pane. This will help us quickly find items per category. If we click on the main category, Office and Support, it will open sub-categories. If we now click on Electricity, it will filter our catalog by products related to electricity. If we now click on Stationery, it will now filter items by stationery. We can then use the scroll bar on the right hand side of the table to search for specific items in that category. The catalog has 12 main categories and 85 categories in total. For example, and under medical, we'll have all the drugs listed by their property category. If we click on FSL, we will see all related FSL categories and so on. If we then click on seeds, we can now see all the main type of seeds. If we click on the button for asparagus seeds, this will open the detailed technical description for asparagus seeds with the general product information, but also on page 2 the technical specification with the minimum germination rate, capacity, the moisture content, and so on. This is useful information to communicate to the supplier when ordering. We can export this report by clicking on the export button and then selecting Adobe PDF. This can be later attached to our procurement request as technical specification. We can print out this technical specification by clicking on the print icon. We can navigate within pages of this report using the arrows. We can find a specific page by just typing it and clicking OK. We can find specific text within the report, for example, germination, and this will highlight the zone where we can find our germination text. We can also zoom in or zoom out of this report. And last, we can close this report and go back to our catalog. We are going to click on all in our category to see all the items. Instead of navigating in the catalog by category, it is also possible to find items by clicking directly in the filter text box under the description column. If I type, for example, plier, we can see that it has filtered the catalog by pliers. As we can see, there are many types of pliers, and this is actually where the image of a generic product comes handy. It will help us order the right plier to the logistics department. We can also click on the filter icon next to the text where we typed, and we can choose a different type of filter. For example, we could filter by does not contain plier, start with, which will show only products that start with the name entered, not equal to, is null, is not null, which can be useful for prices. Please check our next tutorial video on how to create an order using the catalog and then exporting it to Excel. Thank you.